Good afternoon, baseball fans. So it's been busy in this Shanks League, and we are now at 11 September on the game calendar. So race is tightening up a little bit, little better in the Shanks division, but in the Bingo division, it's Manchester holding on to an 8-game lead over second place Las Vegas. In the Shanks League, Kentucky, 5 up on Canada, and 6 up on Cleveland, and 8 up on Detroit. So with Manchester, Las Vegas making a Manchester run at Manchester, that's the game we're going to do today. And then we'll sim it out for another week. Hey, there's Bernie Strom. Good to see you, Bernie. All right. So that's what we're going to do. And then the other games, again, we have Philadelphia starting to make a little bit of a run, 14 game out, but a chance to play a little bit of spoiler against Canada. That could be also a good game. Dwayne Martz and both MV doing games. I guess apparently, as you guys know, I'm not around Saturdays, but MV doing a marathon yesterday. So it's pretty awesome. And then for those of you that will be involved in the next Shanks, just keep in touch with Stephen Big Clue. I don't have any information about that one. They will, and what they're going to be doing in that. But I suspect that will be coming up soon. I guess Steve's going to be broadcasting the World Series or playoffs. So, hey, Mike, how you doing? Mike, the sports simulation spectator. So until we get another Mike in here, I'm going to call you Mike. So good to see you and welcome back. All right, so it's going to be Las Vegas and Manchester, and I'm not sure if MV is going to be in. So if not Bernie, you'll get to be, with this role, you're here. You'll be able to manage your team since you're the first manager in here. There's like you say, you discovered today that your manager makes your team underperform. There's no way to win with the default manager. Yeah, I left mine. Although I'm not happy with my team. The default manager is not really the best. That's why when I do my own stuff, I do tend to tweak for era. And that was actually old time baseball that got me into that habit years and years and years ago. Sometimes if I'm just doing like a one-off, like, with Steve Tate's 5-year files, I won't adjust the managers just for a short game or something, or even for a World Series, because then I find it performs pretty well. Interestingly, though, this game does pretty well with dead ball. I've found I've had to do little tweaking, but I think in these what-if leagues, yeah, it's probably smart to do a lot of work with your manager. I noticed in Shanks 2, for instance, that my Mudville team did better in that one. But anyhow, moving on, Bernie, you'll have a chance to personally manage. So, on this one, because I'm guessing MV probably not around. So, invoking the Shanks rule on that, we're going to make you the home team. Hope you're having fun, Bernie. I saw that you just catching up on a few of the games. Saw in the chat you're having fun. So, no, the dead ball setting. It's cross era, and again, it's one of those things where the manager file is probably a good thing. Most you have to remember, Bernie. Most of what I've done here, unless it's just some little what if things, I've almost exclusively done dead ball era in this, and I've actually been very very pleased with the way this game does dead ball. So. But again, the cross era thing, I suppose, again, it's you're almost adjusting to baseball in all eras. And while we're normalizing to certain years, it's really Steve Tate that is kind of the guru on that. Maybe he might want to do a video at some point. Who knows? I mean, I guess those of you who are going to be in the next Shanks League, I'm not going to be. But those of you that will be in the next Shanks League might want to ask him maybe to do a video how best to set manager files, in a league such as this. I won't be involved next time. This has been fun, really, but I didn't want to be involved in this one. So, and it's nothing personal. It's just I have some other things that I want to do, and I really just want to take at least one of these and just watch. But I know that there's some other people coming aboard, so no big deal. So anyhow, stay tuned for that, and I think it'd be something really cool for Steve to do, because the manager files, there's it's tricky, especially again when you're talking about players from baseball from 1880 to 2022. You know, in Shanks or in McGreevy, we had to make one or two tweaks. One tweak thanks to Steve, and one we discovered. But you're largely dealing with players all in the same era, and so Ken Castro, for instance, Bernie didn't send a he didn't do like a manager file, and he almost won McGreevy. He ended up just a couple games out of, I think, 3 games out from winning that. So I can't remember. I think MV might have sent one. I can't remember, but it was the best ending to a baseball season that I've seen on here as far as this type of thing. All right, let's get to the ballpark. So this will be Las Vegas, and there's Sakuni 007. Let's get to the ballpark here. We're playing MV's team. So Manchester and Las Vegas. And Las Vegas is going to have full managerial capabilities because he's the first manager in here, because I put this up on Discord and it's laid over there for MV. He may well be sleeping. Who knows? All right. So Bernie, I'm going to do what, I don't know what your, see what your lineup is. So it's going to be against a righty this time. So you can look over your who you like. So it's going to be Deneen versus McGinnity. So you have Stan Musial, Rogers Hornsby, Jimmy Fox, Ted Williams, Frankie Frisch, Manny Ramirez, Ken Boyer, Reggie Smith, and Ted Simmons in this lineup. If you want me to stick with that, I'll go ahead and we'll just hit play. And if you want to make any changes for this game, be glad to do it. So I'll give you a few minutes here to look over your lineup. So Bill Deneen is next in your rotation, but you can even switch that if you want. And I think that's one thing that maybe a lot of people are forgetting is, you know, if one of the managers is here, that manager gets to actually, you know, make calls beyond substitutions. Both managers can make substitutions, but it's usually the home manager or the first one in that will get the chance to do that. And so if you want to do that, please put up an emoji so that way I can see it, because I'm not going to see just your words out of my peripheral vision. So we'll give Bernie a second again to look. Once again, your starting lineup for this game. In order from top to ninth: Stan Musial, Rogers Hornsby, Jimmy Fox, Ted Williams, Frankie Frisch, Manny Ramirez, Ken Boyer, Reggie Smith, and Ted Simmons. It's okay? All right, then let's get to the ballpark. As soon as I fix the sound, it's always the last thing I forget to do. Oh, and I remembered to do it this time, I think. No, I didn't. There we go. Not so much of an idiot. Yeah, I think Steve indicated he's going to be the one handling the playoffs. So, yeah. We'll do a game today, probably sim out another week, and then leave a week left for MV, Dwayne, or whomever. And then I guess they'll be doing Shanks 4 after the World Series or something like this and that. But I'll certainly be happy to keep everybody posted on the channel when I find out too. But everybody will find out the same time I do. Here we go. All right, and welcome to Dodger Stadium for today's matchup between the Las Vegas Gamblers and the Manchester Red Bulls. Manchester Red Bulls are running a 5-game streak. Give me one. No, I'm just going to let that ring. All right, anyhow. What a loud phone I have. I'll just let it ring. Hang on a second here. We can all sing along to this crazy ringtone that I really got to finish. La 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 la. There we go. A little pre-game music. Anyhow, so Manchester, as I started to say before I was so really rung on here, riding a 5-game winning streak, and Bill Deneen will start. Bill Deneen makes the start for the Las Vegas Gamblers. 27 starts in the year and 12 wins, 13 losses, with an earned run average of 4.71. This will be Deneen's first start against the Red Bulls. and he'll be opposed by the Hall of Famer Joe McGinnity. McGinnity just 3 starts in the year, and he's 3-2 with an earned run average of 2.70. And this will be his first start against Vegas. 83 degrees, which is a lot cooler than it is here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We're supposed to hit near 100 this week over like 4 days, and add in the humidity, and it's bad. 83 degrees, wind speed 5 miles per hour, right to left. So play ball. Nice to see Joe McGinnity in this league. All right, known as the Iron Man. So he's finishing his warm-up pitches. Known that not only for his stamina, being able to pitch like a complete doubleheader, but also in the off-season worked in steel mills. All right, native of Donora, Pennsylvania, steps in. Stan, the man Musial. He's hitting .317 on this season, 15 home runs, and 63 runs batted in Las Vegas. Very, very happy with his performance. Hey, yeah, it was pretty good, cousin. Hopefully we can get you in tonight and a little earlier, and maybe instead of doing a choose the teams thing, we can do another 19th century game, because sure needed your help last week, and I'd like to really kick that project off officially. So Mike, I didn't know you were. I had no idea, Mike, that you're in Pennsylvania. This is going to be. I know, like folks in Las Vegas will say, "Well, it gets higher here," but it's dry there. So 98, 100 for us is it's just wicked, and here we are, right? It's. I know you can still get heat waves in September, but this week will be the worst stretch of heat we've had in Pennsylvania for the entire summer of 2023, and it's gonna suck. Yeah, really needed you, cousin, that other night on that 19th century game, and I really want to get that going, and then get McGreevy going. That's one of the reasons. Another reason why I'm not going to be involved in Shanks 4 is I want to get back to Ned McGreevy, and the older baseball where my heart really lies. All right, so anyhow, Las Vegas has to be happy with Stan Musial's performance. I mean, you've got a guy batting leadoff, and he's hitting .317, has knocked in 15 with 63 ribbies. That's definitely a leadoff hitter you want to keep in. All right, so the Iron Man, Joe McGinnity, is finishing up his warm-up pitches. Got a beautiful day here, twilight here, at the home of Manchester, Dodger Stadium in Chavez Ravine. Musial swings, fly ball, center field, and in on it, and making the catch is Pete Reiser, recently acquired from the Brooklyn Dodgers. All right, now in there, Rogers Hornsby. Okay, so I think you guys are getting this heat too. Oh man, okay, so Mike, I'm like staying in the Harrisburg area, so we're down in. Cooney said he was born in Philadelphia, so yeah, you're about 25 miles from Philly. I'm a little further out, about an hour from Philadelphia. So you still root for all the Philly teams. That's right. You can't give up on your teams. And speaking of Philadelphia, we got a Philadelphiaite here as well. Midlife crisis, welcome in. Whose Philadelphia Quakers were great in the first Shanks. So good stuff. Or the first McGreevy, I'm sorry. The only McGreevy. All right, here's Hornsby. Rogers Hornsby hitting an excellent .342 with 28 home runs and 98 runs batted in. All right, one down here, top of the first. And again, these games are always going to be batter by batter unless a situation arises. But moving forward after this project, pretty much everything I'm going to be doing is pitch by pitch. Any game that allows it. All right, McGinnity fires it in. Hornsby swings at the first pitch. Fastball sent to left field and back on it. And I should have changed his colors, but it's all right. All right, Barry Bonds making the grab. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Beast, Jimmy Fox. Batting average-wise, Fox rather disappointing at a .255 clip, but he has sent 15 out of the park and 52 runs batted in for a double X. McGinnity has the sign from catcher Buster Posey. Count even at 2-2 on Jimmy Fox. Fastball swung on, and Bonds draws a beat on it and brings it down. So the Gamblers go quietly in the top of the first. No score for them, and the Red Bolts coming to bat. So Bill Dineen finishing his warm-up pitches. Bill Dineen star from the early from dead ball Red Sox teams. The Gamblers, again, their record coming in this Las Vegas is 77-62. So Bernie, even despite not setting up a manager, 77-62 in this league that's a superb record. Red Bolts, 86-55, but Las Vegas breathing down the neck a little bit from these Red Bolts. But good job, Bernie. I mean, all things considered. And a veritable legend to lead it off here, Jackie Robinson, Jack Roosevelt Robinson. Jackie hitting a rather disappointing for him, 254. He does have 13 home runs, 63 runs batted in. McGinnity, again, shutting him down in the top of the first. Now the bottom of the first, Bill Dineen would like to do the same thing. All right, here comes the pitch to Jackie Robinson. Fastball swung on. Hopper to third, and Ken Boyer loves it and fires it on to Jimmy Fox in plenty of time to get the speedy Robinson. So Boyer getting a good hop in that ball. So 1 up, 1 down now for Barry Bonds. Bonds hitting 239, 20 home runs, or 29 home runs, I'm sorry. This orange on black is kind of tricky to read. All right, Dineen deals. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Bonds lays off and draws the walk. So again, Bernie, even at this stage, right? You want to call over pickoffs and stuff. You can do that, and I don't know whether everybody has remembered you can do it. So, so you lived for a while in Mechanicsburg. All right, that's not far from me at all. There's Dwayne Martz. Yeah, a lot of Howie Shanks today. I figured I wanted to pitch in. A bit and get a game done and stuff like that. You did some today. MV did some. MV apparently did a marathon yesterday of baseball, from what I understand. The scuttlebutt around the community. So, all right. Let me see something here, guys, just so I can see a little better. I usually, for my own purposes, I usually change the colors when they're black backgrounds like this to something else, just a little bit easier to read. All right, anyhow, here is Babe Herman, and he is riding an 8-game hitting streak. Herman on the year, he's hitting 309. He has 18 home runs and 88 runs batted in. All right, at first is Barry Bonds, and he's got speed. In fact, in this league, Bonds has stolen 41 bases. All right, Dineen checks the speedy Bonds at first. Ted Simmons, kind of an average arm back there. Here is the delivery to Babe Herman. The runner doesn't go, and Herman, line drive, base hit to right. Musial up with this one quickly, and Bonds will have to stop at second as the ball comes into the Fordham Flash, Frankie Frisch. All right, here is Master Melvin Ott, 308 average. Ott batting in the cleanup position where he should be. 27 home runs, 119 runs batted in. Oh, yeah, the Harrisburg Senators. Those are always fun games. All right, Dineen deals. And Mel Ott swinging in the curveball. This one a little bouncer to second. Frisch is going to go to Fox for his only play. The runners advance, 2 down. Barry Bonds at third. Babe Herman at second. And here is the first big cat, Johnny Mize. Johnny Mize hitting 286. 31 home runs, 93 runs batted in. Chance here for Manchester to grab an early lead with 2 in scoring position. Dunedin working out of the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch to Johnny Mize. Curveball, this one, bouncer to second. Frisch up with it quickly onto Jimmy Fox, and Manchester lets a golden opportunity go by the boards. So we go to the top of the second. We are scoreless here. There's only been 1 hit in this ball game. For Las Vegas, the number 4, 5, 6 hitters, Teddy Ballgame, Fordham Flash, and Manny Ramirez. So left fielder Williams hitting a decent 309 with 18 home runs, 63 runs batted in. And I just say decent because for Williams, that's probably a below par performance in a league like this. But still, strong teams, both of these. And good to see Vegas making a run on Manchester. So yeah, I'm a little biased. All right, McGinnity deals. Here's the 0-1 to Williams. This one, high fly ball down the right field line, and this ball is gone. Open the window, Aunt Minnie. Teddy ball game goes yard on Joe McGinnity. This one, a 348-foot shot into right field. And the Las Vegas Gamblers here in the top of the second have a 1-0 lead. And that's the first hit for the Las Vegas Gamblers, by the way. And what a way to get that hit. All right, here's one of my favorite ball players of all time, the Ford M Flash, Frankie Frisch. Rather disappointing for him, though. 233 average. Frisch was a much, much better hitter than that. 8 home runs, 64 runs batted in. All right, McGinnity with the 1-1 pitch to Frisch. Fastball swung on, and this one laced up the middle for a base hit. So Frankie Frisch aboard. Frankie Frisch, historically a very fast runner. 12 steals in the season. As Kay would say, this ball is out of here. Absolutely, Tsukuni. All right, Frankie Frisch on first, a threat to steal, and here is Manny Ramirez. Ramirez hitting 267. He has 26 round trippers, 84 runs batted in. McGinnity checks Frisch at first. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Spitball. And this one grounded deep to short. It's going to be Bancroft. Bancroft to Jackie Robinson to Johnny Mize. A 6-4-3 double play. All right, 2 down, and here's a hard-hitting third baseman, Ken Boyer. 271 average for him. 18 home runs. Sorry about that, guys. 84 runs batted in. Ken Boyer with an 8-game hitting streak right now. McGinnity deals the 3-0 delivery. Boyer lays off this one, ball 4. So McGinnity's changeup missing there, and that will bring center fielder Reggie Smith. He's batting left against the righty McGinnity. Smith hitting at a 240 clip, 15 home runs, 55 runs batted in. And Ken Boyer at first, 7 steals this year, so among the slower in this league. Full count. Smith sends this to right field, back, and making a nice grab there in right field to end it. So Mel Lott making the play. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's the Las Vegas Gamblers 1 and the Manchester Red Bulls nothing. All right. So Buster Posey will lead it off, followed by Adrian Beltre, I believe. We'll find out. And Dave Beauty Bancroft. All right, Posey has 15 home runs. He's sitting, or I'm sorry, has 6 home runs, reading the long line. 221 average, 35 runs batted in. All right, Bill Dineen is ready to deal. Here's the pitch, curveball, and this one plunks Buster Posey, so he gets the free pass. A little curveball. Doesn't seem like Buster Posey is too upset at that. However, the tying run is now aboard for Manchester, and coming to the plate is indeed Adrian Beltre. Beltre in the season, 259 average, 4 home runs, 21 ribbies for him. Buster Posey at first. Dineen works home. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, base hit up the middle. Reggie Smith up with it. Posey round second. He will hold as the ball gets into Rogers Hornsby. So 2 aboard, nobody out for Manchester here in the bottom of the second inning. And it brings up Hall of Fame shortstop Dave Beauty Bancroft, longtime player with the St. Louis Browns. Bancroft, light hitter, but a great, great defensive shortstop. 254 average for Bancroft, 2 home runs, 59 runs batted in. And Dineen deals to Bancroft. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Changeup. This one sent foul on the right-hand side, giving chase to Stan Musial. And this one gets out of play about 15 rows back here at Dodger Stadium. The count 1-2 now. As Bancroft back in the box, Dineen winds and fires. Fastball swung on. Chopper to second. Frisch will go to Hornsby. Hornsby on the relay. Back to Jimmy Fox. Nice double play. The 4-6-3 turned by Las Vegas. So 2 down. Moving to third on the play is Buster Posey. So the potential tying run, however, is 90 feet away for Manchester. And here is center fielder Pete Reiser. So Riser hitting 277, pretty respectable, 8 home runs, 60 runs batted in. The actual season that he was chosen, he hit 310 with 10 home runs and 64 ribbies. So about on pace, a little low on. Actually, he's actually very well on pace for his actual season. So, Bernie, to your point, here you go. Here's Pete Riser, who's actually very, very close to his real life numbers. Batting average would be the exception. Big difference between 310 and 277, but everything else pretty much down the line. A lot less stolen bases, less than 20 certainly. So for those of you doing Shanks 4, definitely probably a good idea to do a manager. But I hope Steve will do a thing on that. Full count, and that's a called strike 3. So nice job by Las Vegas, turning that big double play. That was key. We go to the top of the third. It's still the Las Vegas Gamblers 1 and the Manchester Red Bulls nothing. Yeah, I mean, to do if Steve would do a little video on creating manager files, things like that, things to think of in a cross era type thing. All right, I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna turn off Discord because I don't need it. Boom, there we go. All right, we are back to it. All right, for Las Vegas, it will be Ted Simmons, and then back at the top of the order, Stan Musial and Rogers Hornsby. The Las Vegas Gamblers made up of players from the St. Louis Cardinals and the Boston Red Sox. Manchester, of course, from the Giants and the Dodgers. All right, so Ted Simmons, and I love Bernie's colors, they're easier to read. Simmons hitting 266, 8 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Joe McGinnity is ready to deal. The 1-2 pitch. Simmons sends this one up the middle. Bancroft, ranging to his left, fires onto the big cat, Johnny Mize, for out number 1. Back at the top of the order now for Stan the Man. Musial gave it a ride to deep left center back in the first. Posey sets the target. McGinnity, the 3-1. Fastball misses by McGinnity, and Musial is aboard. Stan with just 1 steal this season. Here comes Rogers Hornsby. He is nothing for 1. Fly to very deep left. McGinnity checks Musial at first. Has the sign from Buster Posey. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And Musial was off with the pitch. This one fouled down the left-hand side. And this one will make the seats. Bonds giving a half-hearted chase. Already seeing this one twisting all the way foul. So the count, no balls, 2 strikes. On the Rajai. Here's the delivery. Fastball and big rip and a miss from Rogers Hornsby, and he will grab some pine. So 2 down. McGinnity picking up his first K of the game. And the double X, Jimmy Fox, will step to the plate, flight out to left center. McGinnity deals the 2-1 curveball. Fox rockets this one out of here, and not even enough time to make the call. Las Vegas out here swinging lumber like it's sequoias, and it is 3-0 Las Vegas, trying to put a hurting here on Manchester. So what a play, what a play. There he is, Steve Tate. So Steve, I don't know if you heard before you came in, I was thinking before Shanks 4, because Bernie was talking about the AI thing, if there might be a chance that you would be, since you're the guru of this game in this community, maybe do a little video on manager files, how to maybe set them up for cross-era leagues like this. I think a lot of guys might be really appreciative of it, so something to think about. Anyhow, Steve announcing, I caught it on the backside, but Steve announcing he's going to be doing the World Series or playoffs in this game, so look forward to that, and then I guess they'll be doing Shanks 4 soon. So again, huge thanks to Steve Tate, Big Clue for putting all this together once again, and of course to MV Dwayne for doing some broadcasting, and everybody for just being part of it. It's a lot of fun. We have more people coming in for the next one, so a lot of fun. All right, here is Ted Williams. He's 1 for 1, and he scored Boston's first run, or Las Vegas's first run, and indeed their first hit back in the second with a big solo shot down the right field line. Bases empty, 2 in here for the Gamblers. 3-0 lead, 2 out. McGinnity deals. Here's the 1-2 fastball swung on. This one just a little grounder up the first base line. Mize will take it himself. to retire the side. But the Las Vegas Gamblers add 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it's the Gamblers 3 and the Red Bolts nothing. We're back at the top of the order now for the Manchester Red Bolts and Jackie Robinson, who grounded to third back in the 1st. So Manchester turned away, had a great opportunity to do more, but Deneen and this Las Vegas Gamblers team turning them away. All right, here is the 1-2 pitch. Jackie swings, high fly ball center field. Reggie Smith, however, has it measured out there in center field. Score that F8 at home. 1 up, 1 down now for Barry Bonds. Left fielder walked back in the 1st. Deneen peers in, has the sign from Ted Simmons. The 0-2 delivery to Bonds. Fastball. And in there for called strike 3. So beautiful pitch by Bill Deneen. So quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Aaron Reed, welcome in, man. Good to see you. So Babe Herman singled back in the 1st. Deneen ready to go. He fires it in. The 0-2 pitch. And Babe Herman, little bouncer to short. Hornsby in 1 easy motion up and over to Jimmy Fox. And the side is retired. The Red Bolts go quietly. We go to the top of the 4th. And it's the Gamblers 3. The Red Bolts nothing. Leading off for the Las Vegas Gamblers will be Frankie Frisch, will be followed by Manny Ramirez and Ken Boyer. Frankie 1 for 1, lined a single back in the 2nd, right up the middle, splitting Robinson and Bancroft. McGinnity ready to deal. He winds, and the first pitch, base hit up the middle by Frankie Frisch. And Frankie going all the way for 2nd, and Frankie picks up his 40th double of the season. That's the 4th hit today for the Las Vegas Gamblers. So potential 4th run in scoring position for Bernie Strom's Las Vegas Gamblers as Manny Ramirez steps in. Manny assuming the DH mantle today. Grounded to short. Actually grounded into a double play last time up. McGinnity deals the 2-0 delivery to Ramirez. Fastball swung on, fly ball center field. Reeser ranging a bit to his right will make the catch. Frisch tagging, and he is safe at 3rd. Strong throw by Pete Reeser out there in center field, but Frisch with excellent speed gets in. So here's Ken Boyer still holding on to that 8-game hitting streak, trying to extend it here, and wouldn't that be lovely, he thinks, with an RBI to score the Fordham Flash. As always said in all the Shanks leagues, no lead is safe. Welcome in to Clinton Parks. Clinton Parks in the ballpark here at Chavez Ravine. All right, last time Ken Boyer was up, he walked. All right, McGinnity works from the stretch to Boyer. Here's the 2-0. Fastball, fly ball, medium left, tagging, and coming home easily. Bonds throwing into Beauty Bancroft. And the Las Vegas Gamblers tally run number 4. Reggie Smith now strides to the plate. Flight out to deep right center, his last time up. McGinnity deals the 0-1, and Smith, line drive, base hit up the middle. Reeser getting it into Bancroft, so 2 out. Reggie Smith aboard for Ted Simmons. So Simmons grounded to short back in the 3rd. McGinnity wheels and deals the 1-2 pitch, and Ted Simmons not catching up to that fastball. However, Las Vegas picks up another run on 2 hits. There were no errors, a man left. And we go to the home half of the 4th inning here in Chavez Ravine. It's the Las Vegas Gamblers 4 and the Manchester Red Bolts nothing here in Shanks 3.0. All right, Mel Ott will lead it off. The number 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Red Bolts. Mel Ott, the Big Cat, Johnny Mize, and Buster Posey. Mel Ott is nothing for 1 to the game. Grounded out back in the 1st. Bill Deneen thus far has fanned 2 and walked 1. Rubs up the ball, has the sign from Ted Simmons. He winds and deals the 0-2 curveball, fly ball to right, and Stan Musial running back toward his right and toward the wall and short of the track makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down now for Johnny Mize, grounded to 2nd. A big lefty stands in. Mize making the grand tour during his baseball career. Mize playing with the Dodgers and the Giants. Of course, you see him there in the Yankees. Mize mostly known with his career with the New York Giants, but a Hall of Famer that tends to get forgotten, kind of like Chuck Klein, a real slugger though. In fact, 51 home runs in the season from which he was selected, and 31 thus far in this season here in Shanks. All right, Dineen deals. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, and Mize grounds this one. Hard grounder into right field. Base hit. Musial quickly up with it. Gets it into Frankie Frisch. A runner aboard now, and here comes Buster Posey. So the catcher was plunked by Bill Dineen. It was just a little curveball back in the second. So Johnny Mize, 2 steals this season and 2 from his actual season. Dineen brings it home, the 2-1 delivery. Fastball swung on by Buster Posey. High and deep and way out of here. And Buster Posey has just cut the Las Vegas lead in half. And again, what do we always say? No lead is safe. So 2-run shot by Buster Posey. This one 443 feet. So a big Babe Ruth arcing shot. And it is now 4-2. See how Bill Dineen recovers as Adrian Beltre steps in now. So the third baseman singled his last time up. Dineen deals with 1 down, and the 0-2 pitch grounded to Hornsby, who ranges to his left, and barehands it on over to Double X for the 6-3 putout. So 2 away here, 1 in, or 2 in for Manchester, and that brings up Beauty Bancroft, Hall of Fame shortstop, grounded into a double play. Last time up, Dineen's 1-0 delivery. Bancroft liner to center, and Reggie Smith making a nice pick off the grass for that one. So 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. 4 in the books here at Dodger Stadium, and it's the Las Vegas Gamblers 4, the Manchester Red Bulls 2. You guys are enjoying this afternoon's game, and hope the managers are having fun. There's MV. There's MV. Stan Musial will lead it off for Las Vegas. We're back at the top of the order, followed by Rogers Hornsby and Jimmy Fox. So Musial has flied out, and he has walked. The bullpen. Yeah, absolutely. You can see your bullpen. All right, we'll leave this up here for a minute or so, for as long as Bernie needs it. Anybody new to Action PC Baseball, this is a new feature, by the way, the batter-pitcher analysis, and it will take into account. So if you look at it outside of a game, it's a great roster tool to get a general idea about how your pitching staff is going to do, or you select a certain batting order or whatever. In-game, it will take into account the in-game situation when doing its percentages and probabilities and things like that. This is brilliant, and hats off to Dave Cook. This is a major leap forward in this game. You know what, Steve? I know that some people have, I am not one of those. I know that some people resisted that in the last Shanks. I think alternate reality mode would be a blast. I think it'd be great. Hey, there's Legends. Haha. Long Island game is available on ESPN The Ocho. Welcome in, Legends. Welcome in. Bernie, anything else you want to see here on the bullpen, or should I just go ahead and close it? Bernie Strom holidaying with family. I'll try to remember Bernie, but flash up a just flash up an emoji. But I will do my best to try to remember to bring in Elmer Myers. Okay. Cooney 007 says, in a perfect world, we would have baseball 365. We would, and we could just do this all day, everybody, right? It would be such a blast. All right, so Dineen. So you're saying after? So you want Dineen to pitch the 5th inning and then come on in the 6th in relief? Just please let me know, Bernie. I don't want to mess it up. All right. So here's Stan Musial, and what did we say he did? He flew out and walked. All right, McGinnity, the 1-1 pitch, fastball, cut on, hard grounder to second, plenty of time for Jackie to get the ball to Johnny Mize. So 1 up, 1 down, and that brings up Hornsby. Hornsby's nothing for 2. He struck out his last time up. Hornsby in the box now. McGinnity studies the sign from Buster Posey, has one he likes. Change up, and Hornsby lines this one into center field. Playing it on the hop is Pete Reiser, or Reiser. I guess it's Pete Reiser. So, runner aboard. And Tim, Clee baseball fan in here, excellent channel. Tim, what's coming up with you? He said there's enough content creators out there that you can find new content every day. Franchise Stars Baseball League, guys, Year 2 opening day this Friday. It's about bloody time. It feels like it was an eternity. All right, so Bernie confirming that Elmer Myers will come on to pitch in relief in the 6th. All right. Here's the beast, Jimmy Fox, with Rogers Hornsby at first. Jimmy, big shot back in the 3rd. That gave Las Vegas at that time a 3-0 lead over Manchester. So guys, tune in for this. I think it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be streaming or uploaded. Tim's saying, he says he thinks he might be, filming, so it'll be a premiere or an upload. 2007 playoff game tonight. He's going to start with the National League teams. Game 1, Dodgers-Mets. So guys, check it out. Lots of baseball from everybody here. It's awesome. And for you guys that don't create content, we still love to hear what you're doing as well, too. Let the community know. It could spark ideas for them and stuff, right? All right, here we go. Jimmy Fox now. McGinnity checks Hornsby at first, who does have speed. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Jimmy. Curveball. Fox, liner to center, and making the catch is, no, on the short hop. Pete Reiser has it, and Hornsby's coming around. Reiser having trouble with the ball, and it's actually Reiser. Again, sorry, guys. That's a triple. And so MV, it's asking if you want to allow Rube Marquardt to pitch as the 5th Las Vegas run comes across. I usually default to yes, but if you're still here, let me know. Leave McGinnity in or yank him for Marquardt. Okay, so yes. All right, you got it. All right, so Joe McGinnity getting the hook here. One Hall of Famer for another. Rube Marquardt will now come in to pitch. Let's look at Marquardt's number on the season. A rather lofty 4.06 earned run average. Marquardt not getting a lot of time, however. 1 win, 2 losses, a save. He's only worked 71 innings and has struck out 49, walked 21. The actual season, Marquardt, of course, one of the starters for those great New York Giants teams in the 1910s for John McGraw. A 1.58 earned run average, 13 wins, 6 losses, 5 saves, 205 innings worked, walked 38, struck out 107. And National League hitting 229 against Marquardt, but the Shanks League hitting 287. So Rube probably in here, I am guessing, for middle inning relief. All right, Fox at 3rd. So you've given Kershaw and Drysdale a break. Okay. All right. So Marquardt from the stretch, and here's the pitch to Teddy Ballgame, and they're going to intentionally walk Ted Williams to get to Frankie Frisch. So runners at the corners, Fox at 3rd, Williams at 1st. Frisch, again, of course, Williams with that big home run, but Frisch is a perfect 2 for 2 today, 2 singles. So we'll see what Manchester has up its collective sleeve, or their collective sleeve, if we want to do proper British English. Marquardt from the stretch in the 1-2 to the Fordham Flash. Frisch swings, fly ball into shallow center. Reiser coming in, makes the catch, tagging at 3rd, and they're going to hold Jimmy Fox at 3rd. So 2 away now for Manny Ramirez. Ramirez 1 for 2, or 0 for 2, I'm sorry. He's grounded into a double play and fly to deep center. Williams at 1st, Fox at 3rd. Marquardt delivers from the stretch. The 1-0 fastball, and this one scorched to left for extra bases. Jimmy Fox will score. Ted Williams is heading for 3rd. Ramirez going for 2nd. Williams rounds 3rd, and he will score. Manny Ramirez with a 2 RBI double, and the Las Vegas Gamblers breaking it wide open at this point. It's now 7-2, but we've seen leads like this evaporate, so buckle up. All right, 2 down. Ramirez at 2nd. That's his 39th double of the season as 3rd baseman Ken Boyer comes in. 8-game hitting streak for Boyer. Marquard with a 2-2 delivery. Fastball. And Ken Boyer, big cut and can't come up with anything. So that ends the inning for the Las Vegas Gamblers. However, 3 more runs on the board on 3 hits, no errors. Bottom of the 5th. And it's the Gamblers 7 and the Red Bolts 2. All right, Pete Reiser. And then Jackie Robinson and Barry Bonds. Yeah, we don't see Bobby Bonds. We haven't seen Bobby Bonds, I don't think, in any of the Shanks leagues I can remember. So, could be wrong, could be wrong. I don't remember Bobby Bonds in anybody's team, though. Unless it was maybe MV's. Can't remember. All right, anyhow, Reiser struck out back in the 2nd. All right, so this will be Dineen's last inning of work. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Pete Reiser. Curveball. This one, a late called 3rd strike. That one, a borderline pitch. The umpire giving the call to Dineen. So 1 up, 1 down. And coming to the plate now is the leadoff hitter, the great Jackie Robinson. So Jackie's grounded out and flying to deep center. Simmons sets up. Dineen works home to him. The windup and the pitch. Jackie swinging on his fastball first pitch. Back to deep right field, and Stan Musial, trotting back a few paces, makes the catch for out number 2. So Dineen doing a good job here, just getting touched up for 2 runs in the 4th, but this will be the last inning I guess we'll see him as Barry Bonds steps in. Bonds has walked and struck out. Dineen pitching with 2 down, the 2-1. Bonds pops this one behind the plate. Simmons throws aside the mask, but it looks like he's going to run out of room, and this one will get out of play. The count, 2 balls, 2 strikes on the all-time home run king. Here it is. Here it comes. Fly ball to right. Musial back in the corner makes the catch for the final out of the inning. 5 in the books here, and it's 7-2. We will see Reggie Smith, Ted Simmons, and Stan Musial to bat for the Gamblers here in the 6th in a very fast-moving game. All right, Reggie Smith, he has flied out and lined out. Marquard's still in there. He winds and deals the 1-1 pitch. Curveball, and this one scorched into the corner in left field. Bonds giving chase, and Smith easily has a double. Smith going for 3. Here's the throw to third. Beltre's tag not in time. 2nd triple for Reggie Smith, and the Las Vegas Gamblers picking up 9th base hit of this game, and threatening here to put its 8th run on, put their 8th run on the board. All right, Ted Simmons is nothing for 2. He's grounded to short and struck out. Marquard from the stretch. He delivers. Fastball. This one chopped to short. Bancroft looks home, but his only play is going to be to first to retire Simmons. Coming in to score is Reggie Smith, and the Las Vegas Gamblers now holding a more commanding 8-2 lead. Whew. So the Gamblers coming out. The only time the Gamblers were held scoreless was the 1st inning. So 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, and 1 so far here in the 6th with 1 down. Bases empty back at the top of the order for Stan Musial. He has walked and grounded out and flied out. Lefty versus lefty, the 2-1 pitch. Musial, this one blooped to 2nd, and Jackie Robinson making the play. So 2 down. Rogers Hornsby 1 for 3. Line drive single back in the 5th, his last time up. Marquard brings it home. Here's the 0-1. Curveball swung on, and a bouncing ball at first base line, and Hornsby able to evade Mize's tag going up the line and makes it to first. So infield single for the Raja, 2 down, and Jimmy Fox, he is 2 for 3. So responsible for 3 of the 8 Gamblers' runs in this game. Fox with a 2-run shot in the 3rd and an RBI triple in the 5th. Gratifying to see Jimmy Fox playing some great baseball here, and really batting average is off, but good to see Jimmy Fox waking up here. If Fox can stay hot, he could give Manchester a run for its money in the final 2 weeks of the regular season here in Shanks. Can you believe it, guys? 2 weeks to go, and it's done. 2 game weeks to go. Marquard brings it. Fox swings, and this one, base hit, left field. Jimmy Fox on fire today. Hornsby rounds 2nd, and he will make 3rd on the play. 2 down, and here comes Teddy Ballgame. Williams having himself a pretty damn good game, too. He was intentionally walked in the 50, grounded out, but back in the second solo shot, they gave Las Vegas its lead. Vegas has never looked back, actually, from that lead. All right, the Splendid Splinter waiting for the delivery by Rube Marquard. And the 0-2. Williams swings. This one up the middle. Oh, what a great play by Jackie Robinson. Diving stop. Throws from the knees to get the Splendid Splinter to retire the side. However, another run scores for the Las Vegas Gamblers on 3 hits. There were no errors. Nobody left. And is Bill Dineen still going out? Yep. All right. I thought with a 6-run lead you might want to leave him in, but all right. No, I am not managing for you, and probably a good choice. All right, Elmer Myers will come in now to pitch. Bill Dineen's day is done. He leaves with a 6-run lead, so he is in line to win this bad boy. Let's look at Elmer Myers' line. So Myers, a 1.42 earned run average in this season. He's worked a total of 6 1/3 innings, given up 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, a whip of 7.89, and the Shanks League hitting just 136 against Elmer Myers. And just to give him some love, his actual stats, so the season from which he was selected, a 3.25 earned run average. Myers, 11 wins, 5 losses, a save, 168 2/3 innings pitched. He was touched up for a home run, 23 walks, 16 strikeouts, a whip of 688, and average against him of 170. So tough pitcher. So manager Bernie Strom working methodically now through the bullpen. All right, Babe Herman will lead it off here. Herman singled back in the first, grounded to short in the third. Myers with the 0-1 delivery, and this one chopped to short. Hornsby fires on to Jimmy Fox for the 6-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down now. These Manchester fans, not a lot to cheer about. Down 6 runs. And here comes Mel Ott now. He grounded out and flied to deep right center. Has that strange batting stance. You guys need to look at photos of the way Mel Ott's batting stance. Very interesting. Elmer Myers lets it go. Ott swings in the first pitch. Ground ball, base hit into right field. Musial up with it, gets it into the Fordham Flash. So 1 out here in the Manchester 6th, and it brings up Johnny Mize. So Mize has himself a single. That was back in the 4th. He is 1 for 2. Ott leads off first a little bit. Mel Ott, no steals in his real season or this one. Myers comes home with it. The 1-2 pitch, fastball. And that one swung on and missed. Strike 3. Elmer Myers picks up the strikeout. 2 down now, as Buster Posey comes to the plate. And Posey, the last time, a 2-run shot in the 4th, giving Manchester its only 2 runs. Myers into the wind, and here's the pitch. Posey, this ball getting away from Ted Simmons, and they're going to score that one a wild pitch. This one getting away from Myers, and Mel Ott now in scoring position for Manchester. 2 away. Buster Posey back in the box in the 1-0 delivery. Fastball swung on, fly ball center field. Reggie Smith measures it up and makes the catch. So the wild pitch does not come back to bite the Gamblers, and we go to the top of the 7th inning, and the score, Manchester trailing Las Vegas 8-2. So Bernie's saying that this is the type of move that you would have your AI do next season. Oh, definitely. Again, didn't get an answer from Steve, but hopefully that will be something he would consider doing for those of you that are going to be in the next Shanks League. And I think it would be just for everybody. I think it'd be really kind of a valuable thing, just some tips or whatever on setting up managers and cross-arrow play. And remember, too, that you can go down to the player level. So we saw the weird thing with Ted Williams trying to steal a base in a game that we did the other day, Bernie. I'm sure you remember that one well. All right, Rube Marquard's still in there for MV's Manchester Red Bolts, assuming at this point that Marquard's just going to be asked to kind of maybe staunch the bleeding a little bit. Red Bolts, even with a loss in this game, not really going to harm the record too much. They'll still be 30 games above 500. Marquardt deals. Here's the 0-1. Frisch, high pop up on the infield. Robinson stepping out on the shallow grass makes the catch for out number 1. All right, here's Manny Ramirez now. Ramirez has himself an RBI, and that came in the form of a double back in the 5th that scored Jimmy Fox. Posey sets the target. Marquardt with the 1-2 delivery to Manny Ramirez. Ramirez socks this to center field, and this one off the wall. Ramirez goes for 2 and picks up his 40th double. So the Las Vegas Gamblers now going all in, as you might say, in Texas Hold'em. They are now at 12 hits in this game. Ken Boyer would certainly love to extend his hitting streak. Of these 12 hits for the Las Vegas Gamblers, Boyer has yet to have a safety. He does have an RBI, however, back in the 4th sacrifice that scored Frankie Frisch. Ramirez at second, 2 steals this season. Marquardt peers over his left shoulder, has a check of Ramirez, has the sign from Buster Posey. The count even at 2-2. Change up. This one slapped to right. Base hit. Boyer will extend his hitting streak. Ramirez held up at third. So runners at the corners for Las Vegas. Reggie Smith now will bat. Center fielder having a good day. He's 2 for 3. A single and a triple. All right. Thanks, Steve, for coming in and letting us know. So Steve Tate said that he is going to maybe do some manager tips for cross-arrow play. Whether you're going to be in the Shanks League or not, I think that it's going to be something really valuable for players, because we go into a season or state in a specific era, then you can say, okay, these are the tactics I want. But when you have everybody in a league from Sliding Billy Hamilton, to Aaron Judge, let's say, and pitchers from all over the place and what have you, I think it'd be really valuable. And there's nobody better than Steve Tate to really give us kind of a deeper insight, even just some ideas on how to do this in action PC baseball. And in fact, I would say that you could apply that to any baseball that has adjustable managerial AI. So out of the park baseball, Diamond Mind, for instance, even baseball for Windows, looking for managers that kind of fit that style. So really, really looking forward to when Steve can get to that and his thoughts on it. All right, runners at the corners, 1 out. Manny Ramirez at third, Ken Boyer at first. Good crowd here watching some Shanks baseball today, and much appreciated on behalf of the creators of this league, Steve Tate and Big Clue. Marquardt from the stretch. Posey out to have a quick word to Rube Marquardt, now back behind the dish. Marquardt to deal to Smith. Curveball, and whatever Buster Posey said worked, because that was a big swing and a miss there by Reggie Smith. So 2 down. Marquardt picking up K number 2 in the game. Ted Simmons now to the plate. He is 0 for 3. 3-2 pitch, and Simmons sends this one to left field, but Barry Bonds will guide it into his glove. We're in the middle of the 7th, and your score 8-2. All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th. Sakuni reminding us, and indeed he is. He's a casino dealer. Way back in the day, it would have been fun, Sakuni. Of course, with not that I do cheat. I know how to, and so part of what I do as a sleight of hand artist is do some gambling routines, showing people some of the old cons and things like that. But maybe we go back about 1970, 1960, if you and I would have been alive back then and doing our respective professions. You as the dealer and me as the as a mechanic. It would have been fun. It would have been fun, but no one in his right mind these days, with all the surveillance and everything, is going to try. Uh, well, they'll try. There are guys that do try mucking and all that, and Cooney can tell you all about that. But it would have been fun. It would have been fun. But back then, with the mob running the casinos, you still would be an idiot. I mean, you would almost have to be juiced in and all that kind of stuff. So anyhow, don't want to get off on that tangent. Bottom of the seventh now, and it would be Adrian Beltre, Beauty Bancroft, and Pete Reiser. Beltre in the game. Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do, man. Stories that no one. I might, but yeah, I hear you. It'd be fun to get you on sometime and talk. Some night when we have like a sort of non-baseball, a mob chat or something, which I'd really like to do, and maybe something about casinos and things like that. Fascinates me to no end, considering some of the stuff I've done in my life. Sometimes not on the up and up, I'm ashamed to admit, but it's all about learning, right? All right. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Beltre swings. This one popped in the infield. And Boyer going out. Williams coming in, but Boyer will make the grab. Never did jail time, though, anything like that. Just did some silly things. And ended up going to school, going to grad school, all that stuff. But I'd love to hear those stories sometime. All right, Beauty Bancroft now in there. Grounded into a double play back in the second, line to center in the fourth. Myers with the 1-1 delivery. Bancroft swings this one. Chopped up the middle. Diving. Stopped by Frankie Frisch, showing why he's a Hall of Famer. And that is out, number 2. What a play by the Fordham Flash. Rated a 10 out there, as he should be. All right, 2 down now here for Pete Reiser. Center fielder has whiffed twice against Las Vegas pitching. The 2-0 delivery won't be a whiff this time. And this one, fly ball, center field, and Reggie Smith running back on it and making the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors. And 7 in the books here, Chavez Ravine. And it's the Gamblers 8 and the Red Bolts 2. Steve, I'll check with you. Just how, if you want me to just sim it out a week from here so that either you or Dwayne can finish out the season, or MV, however you guys want to do it, just let me know. All right. Stan Musial, we're back at the top of the order here. As Clinton Park says, true, Tim, so many of you are out there with different types of, so going way back. Same game. I don't need to, we still miss you broadcasting. We do, man. Clinton, do miss you doing broadcasting. Big time. The more creators, the merrier, actually. So hopefully, maybe every once in a while you might just surprise us. But you're still so loved in this community, you curmudgeon, you. All right, here's Stan Musial now. Disappointing day for him. Nothing for 3 with a walk. Marquard's still in there. The 1-1 delivery. Musial pops this one high in the air. Johnny Mize calling for it. Can of corn. 1 up, 1 down now for the Raja, who's 2 for 4. Marquard with the 2-1. And Hornsby lines this one past short into left for a base hit. So Hornsby having an excellent day. And Jimmy Fox with 3 hits today. A great game for Jimmy. So what we're looking for Jimmy Fox now is a double. So he had a home run in the 3rd, a triple in the 5th, and a single in the 6th. So with this game really kind of possibly out of reach, let's see if Jimmy Fox can pull off a double here and get the cycle. Hornsby at first. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Jimmy Fox. Curveball, and Jimmy Fox does it. Jimmy Fox picks up hit number 4 today and the cycle. Jimmy Fox doing it up here. And that's the first time I've ever had a cycle, like in a sort of game broadcast, whatever. So Jimmy Fox hits for the cycle for the Las Vegas Gamblers. Double X, one of my favorite players of all time. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. All right, Jimmy. So Hornsby at 3rd, Jimmy Fox at 2nd. Yeah, super day for Double X. How about it? Yeah. All right. So Ted Williams in there now. 2 aboard, 1 down. Hornsby at third, Jimmy Fox at second. Jimmy Fox, if he doesn't get player of the game, MVP, man, there's a serious problem. All right. Marquardt deals to Williams. Here's the 3-1 to the Splendid Splinter. Fastball chopped to first. And what a play. Johnny Mize coming home quickly in that Hornsby. Mize able to get Williams at first, but run number 9 scores here for Las Vegas. Wow. All right, so Jimmy Fox moves to third on the play. Fordham Flash 2 for 4 from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the way. And this one just a routine fly ball to center. Pete Reiser has it. That retires the side, but 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. A runner left on, and Jimmy Fox hits for the cycle. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Las Vegas Gamblers 9 and the Manchester Red Bulls 2. Jackie Robinson, Barry Bonds, and Babe Herman due up for the Manchester Red Bulls. Elmer Myers still in the game. Yeah, Jimmy Fox choked to death. Died penniless, double X before he passed. He was asked what had happened. He said, my wife liked nice things. Yeah, my understanding, or I guess he was choking on a steak or something. I'm not sure. Something I read. I think it was in Sabre in the obituaries actually. My wife liked nice things. From what I've heard about Jimmy Fox, despite his menacing appearance, huge guy, apparently was a very, very, very nice man. Jimmy Fox. So. Always liked Jimmy Fox. Never saw him play. Nobody here did. But I think he died, 1957, 58, somewhere. He died in the 50s. And was actually young. I think it was 50s. Or was it 57 when he died? Maybe somebody could look that up. Jimmy did not have a long life. All right. Elmer Myers now will face Jackie Robinson, Barry Bonds, and Babe Herman, as we said. Myers still on in relief and pitching a good ball game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bouncer to Frisch. Frisch to Fox for the textbook 4-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down for Barry Bonds. Bonds nothing of 2 with a walk. 1-1. And Bonds, little number up the first base line. Jimmy Fox underhand toss to Elmer Myers covering for the 3-1 putout. So 2 up, 2 down as Babe Herman strides to the plate. He has a single and is grounded out twice. Myers deals, fly ball, center field, and Reggie Smith running over toward his right and makes the catch to retire the side. And we go to the 9th inning, and it's the Gamblers 9 and the Red Bolts 2. All right, so Manny Ramirez, Ken Boyer, and Reggie Smith due up for the Gamblers. When we get to the Red Bolts half of the 9th inning, we'll see Mel Ott, Johnny Mize, and Buster Posey. 4, 5, 6 hitters. All right. Ramirez in the game has 2 doubles and has an RBI, scoring 2 RBI double back in the 5th that scored Jimmy Fox and Ted Williams, and also a double in the 7th. The 1-1 pitch, and Ramirez grounds this deep to short and up with it and over to Johnny Mize. 1 up, 1 down. Myers, says Bernie Strom. Oh, he died in 1967. All right, thank you. 67. Thank you, guys. Myers with a 6.68 whip. The guy has pitched him 7 innings this season. Really odd. Again, hopefully maybe that's something that Steve might be able to be helping with. And I don't know if MV's here, but Marquardt is tired. So I'm going to see it for a minute. I doubt that he's here, considering the time. But if he is, I'd like to see what he'd like to do with Marquardt. Or maybe the AI is going to do it. We'll see. Give it a minute here. Only because no lead is safe in the Shanks League. All right. MV says leave him. All right. All right. Excellent. All right. 3-2 pitch. And this one laced to center. Base hit. So Ken Boyer picking up 16. Hit number 16 for Las Vegas. Let him take his licks. All right. There we go. Sort of like test cricket, right? To test the soul and your resolve. MV doing a lot of good cricket. Some test cricket, mostly. T20, though. And it's been really, really fun. All right. Reggie Smith, 2 for 4 in the game. Boyer leads off first, extended his hitting streak today. The 2-2 pitch to Reggie Smith. This one slapped to left for a base hit past Beauty Bancroft into left field. Allow Jonathan Broxton to pitch. Yes, indeed, we will. So let's look at Broxton's numbers on the year. An ERA of 6. He has 3 saves, 6 innings pitched. 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, a whip of 1.167. The Shanks League hitting 182 against Broxton. All right. Here we go now as Ted Simmons steps in. 2 on, 1 out. Ken Boyer at second. Reggie Smith at first. Broxton deals the 0-1. Curveball, and this one gets past Buster Posey, but able to pounce on the ball. So the runners do not advance. Count 1 ball, 1 strike on Ted Simmons. Here's the delivery. Simmons swings, bouncer to second. Jackie Robinson goes to Bancroft. On to Johnny Mize for the 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and the Red Bolts find themselves behind 9-2 to the Las Vegas Gamblers. Mel Ott will lead it off here. Johnny Mize waits on deck, and Buster Posey in the hole. Master Melvin in the game is 1 for 3. So Elmer Myers deals the 0-1. Ott swings and opens it up with a base hit into left field. Williams up with it and gets it into Hornsby. Yeah, usually it isn't. It is the outcome isn't in doubt, but seen some crazy things in all 3 versions of the Shanks League. It's been crazy. All right, Myers deals. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Mize, and Mize lines this one, and Musial playing it on the hop, and they're going to hold Mel Ott at second. So 2 on, nobody out, and here comes Buster Posey. No indication from Las Vegas that they want to make any change on the mound, so we will continue unless I see an emoji. All right, Myers from the set position dealing to Buster Posey, who is 1 for 2. Posey with a 2-run homer back in the 4th. And again, those are the only 2 runs scored by the Red Bolts. Myers with the 1-2 delivery, and strike 3 called. So 1 up, 1 down. Myers picking up strikeout number 2 as Adrian Beltre steps in. Beltre with a single in this game. He is 1 for 3. Mel Ott at second. Johnny Mize at first. Elmer Myers brings it home. The 1-1 pitch. Beltre sends this fastball high on the infield. Hornsby and Frisch converge, but Hornsby calls him off. And infield fly rule in effect. 2 down. The runners stay put, and it's down to Beauty Bancroft. Bancroft grounded into a double play, has lined out, and then grounded to second. Ott at second, Mize at first. Here is the delivery from Elmer Myers, the 0-1 to Bancroft. Curveball. This one popped behind the plate. Simmons looks like he's running out of room. Out of play. The count, no balls, 2 strikes. Myers deals. Fastball and base hit right field. And Mel Ott will be held at third as the throw comes in to Frankie Frisch. So the Manchester Red Bolts have them loaded up for Pete Reiser. Reiser in this game is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and flied to deep center. So if Pete Reiser could pull it off, and he does have 8 home runs this season, that brings the Red Bolts to within 3. No movement I see from MV, so we'll continue. Simmons out to have a quick word with Elmer Myers. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Big boo going up around the park here. Reiser will be safe. So Myers takes the ground ball, tries to race Reiser to the bag. Reiser makes it. So 3rd run scoring here for the Red Bolts. And here we go. Bases loaded, and we are back at the top of the order in Jackie Robinson. As Aaron Reed said, he had a successful date yesterday. Great to hear that, Aaron. All right, Myers deals to Jackie. The 2-1 pitch, fastball, Robinson sends this down the line to left. Fly ball. Williams giving chase, and this one will make the seats 7 rows back. The count: 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jackie. Here's from the stretch from Elmer Myers. Fastball swung on. This should be the game. Chopper to third. Boyer to Fox. It's going to be close. No! Jackie Robinson with an infield hit. And the Red Bolts now making some noise here in the bottom of the ninth. It's 9-4. And stepping to the plate is Barry Bonds, a swing in the bat, and the Red Bolts are within 1. Barry Bonds with 2 grand slams on the season. At third base, Dave Bancroft. At second, Pete Reiser. At first, Jackie Robinson. Elmer Myers still with a comfortable 5-run lead, facing the all-time home run leader in baseball. Myers from the stretch in the 2-1 to Bonds. Bonds swings. Grounder to Frankie Frisch, on to Rogers Hornsby, and that is the ball game. So a little bit of ninth inning drama comes to naught. 2 runs not enough for Manchester as Las Vegas takes this one 9-4. Looking at the line for these two teams, Las Vegas improves to 78-62. Manchester falls to 86-56. For Manchester, 9 runs, 17 hits, no errors. For Manchester, 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Bill Dineen gets the win for the Gamblers. He improves to 13-13. Iron Man Joe McGinnity takes the loss and got the hook. He goes to 3-3. Home runs in this game, there were 3 total. Jimmy Fox and Ted Williams for Las Vegas, and Buster Posey for the Giants. Of course, the big story in this game, Jimmy Fox hits for the cycle, and Jimmy overall today 4 for 5 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Rogers Hornsby 3 for 5 on the day. Ted Williams 1 for 4 with a home run and 2 batted in. For the Manchester Red Bolts, Johnny Mize went 2 for 4. Buster Posey 1 for 3 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Have a look at pitching here. So Dineen went 5 innings, 2 runs, both earned, gave up a home run, a walk, struck out 3. Elmer Myers came in then and credited with a save because of the score at that time, I suppose. I'm trying to think, was that a save situation? Yes, it was. So Elmer Myers picks up the save in a 9-4 game. 4 innings pitched, 2 runs, both earned, and he struck out 2. Joe McGinnity takes the loss, went 4 1/3, 7 hits given up, 6 runs all earned, touched up for 2 home runs, walked 2, struck out 2. Rube Marquard worked 4 in relief and did no better. In fact, a little bit worse. 10 hits given up, 3 runs all earned, a walked and 2 strikeouts. Jonathan Broxton worked 2/3 in relief. Let's look at the miscellaneous here. And the MVP is indeed Jimmy Fox. So there we go. All right, we're going to sim this out just to the end, just for a week. So that way the people that have worked harder on this will have a chance to do it. So we're going to sim this out to the following Friday, the 18th. And let's play through September 18th, and here we go. Standings are down at the bottom. Let's watch. So we have a pretty good race in the Shanks division. Kentucky with a 5-game lead over Canada. Canada 1 up on Cleveland, who's 6 back, and Detroit's still in the race at 8 back. In the bingo division, it's Vegas putting on the heat, 7 games back. Everybody else out of the race on that side. And the 2 teams representing Texas, don't know what's going on with the Lone Star State, but oof, pretty nasty. All right, let us do this. All right. Moving along quickly here. See if we get any gaps closing up. Manchester and Kentucky holding steady. Cleveland now making a run, or I'm sorry, Canada and Cleveland kind of sort of trying to leapfrog over each other. Canada tenaciously holding on to second. Vegas 6.5 back in the other division. Canada 4.5 back now. Kentucky. And we will do the standings here in 1 second. All right, so we are up to 18 September. So there's roughly a little over a week and a half left, and I presume one of the other guys will be finishing it out. So let me give you the standings. In the bingo division, Manchester still holding on to a 7.5 game lead on Las Vegas. We're just going to do the teams in contention. In the Shanks division, Kentucky with a 4 game lead. Canada in second place, 4 games back, and Cleveland in third at 6.5 back. So right now, 5 teams still in contention. Everybody else pretty much. Detroit, meh, meh, meh. I don't know, maybe a miracle. Detroit 10.5 back. Everybody else out of it. So managers, if you're a manager of one of these teams, you want to hope that you're going to play spoilers. If there's a team that's maybe whomped on you all year, there you go. And that does it. That does it. That does it. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Dwayne Martin says he hopes to get over 500. So Hagerstown, you are over 500. You are over 500. 3 games over 500. So you're hoping to finish over 500. So, yep, you are 3 games over. Any managers in here want to see your teams? If not, we're going to go ahead and close this off and just thank you to everybody. League leaders largely not changing, by the way. Ty Cobb's still leading, probably going to get the batting championship here at 368. Delahanty behind him at 347. Rogers Hornsby hitting 345. George Sisler hitting 341. Christian Yelich, at least I got somebody up there doing something. He rounds out the top 5 with a 336 average. Joe DiMaggio has been leading in home runs and holding on to that with 46. Closest to him are Gehrig and A-Rod, each with 34. Johnny Mize and Mark McGuire have 32 out of the park. Ed Delahanty leading in OPS. Team scoring, it's Canada and Las Vegas at 5.5 runs. Hagerstown, Manchester, 5.4 and 5.3 runs respectively, and Detroit rounding out the top 5 in team scoring. In RBI, and we're just looking at batting, Joe DiMaggio with 151 runs batted in. DiMaggio's been a beast. Mel Ott, a distant second at 128. Then it's George Bell at 107. Jeff Jenkins, 106. And then Chipper Jones at 104. Ty Cobb with 25 triples. Mel Ott with 19. Pretty nice. Musial with 16, along with Shoeless Joe and Rogers Hornsby, also with 16. Team batting, Las Vegas overall, hitting 285 as a team at the top. Manchester hitting 276. Detroit 275. Canada 270. And Philadelphia hitting 264. Quick look at pitching, and then we're done. All right, Ed Walsh, no surprise here, leading in earned run average at 2.41. Pedro, 250 earned run average. Clayton Kershaw, 279. And Roger Clemens at 298. And then everybody at 3 or above going there. Mike Caldwell for Mudville wins 22 games. Don Sutton, 20 games. Chief Bender and Roger Clemens. So we have 4 20-game winners so far in the league with a little over a week and a half to go. Ed Walsh will no doubt get his 20th win. He has 19. Nolan Ryan leading in strikeouts with 245. Close behind him, Walter Johnson with 227. Waddell, 225. Pedro with 224. And Clemens with 212. We're not going to worry so much about innings pitched except to say that Chief Bender and Walter Johnson really doing some crazy horsework out there. Leading in saves, Tom Hankey with 18. Pedro Martinez with 8 shutouts. Ed Walsh with 6. And then Team ERA Kentucky overall a 3.28 earned run average for Kentucky. So that does it, guys. So Big Clue, hey buddy. So right now you're 4 games up on the Canada A's. So that's going to be fun. So whoever does that next, let's see if we go to the 19th and see when if these two get to square off. Unfortunately, they don't. Kentucky will be facing Detroit, so that's going to be a fun game anyhow. And Canada against Philadelphia. So I'm going to go ahead after this broadcast, get this up in the Discord, and yeah, MV's loving this, right? Oh, so MV says he's resting his players. He's resting his players for the playoffs. Man, oh man. All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming in this afternoon, and I want to thank Steve Tate and Big Clue for letting me be part of the Shanks League. This will be my final broadcast of it for this one, and it was fun. So it's going to be Dwayne Martz, Steve Tate, and I guess MV going to be finishing out this last week and a half of Shanks, and then Steve Tate will be doing the postseason, and it's going to be really, really, really good. And as MV says, Red Bolt Nation is expectant. Is that expectant or expecting? And if so, is it a cigar? Is it with a pink ribbon or a blue ribbon there, MV? Inquiring minds want to know. Anyhow, my thanks to MV, to Cooney, 007, Steve Tate. We almost thanked MV twice. Midlife Crisis. All right, thank you, buddy. Can you call any nation? There's only one citizen. To thank you, Big Clue, to Dwayne Martz, who just stepped up to the plate in the Shanks League and has been doing a fantastic job broadcasting. Awesome job. Bernie Strom, congratulations today, and you're not out of the race yet. So despite the AI settings, man, you're only 7 out. Good stuff. Aaron, thank you, buddy. Clinton Parks, always good to see you. John DFW, and I'll say thanks to Midlife Crisis again because that goes back to the Ned McGreevy League that we have to say goodbye to him twice. Clee Baseball Fan 879, he's going to have a playoff game that he's going to be posting tonight. He's pretty sure. So 2007, Dodgers Mets, make sure to check that one out. Legend Sports Universe. And guys, good news there, Franchise Stars Baseball League season or year 2. Opening day this coming Friday. So everybody in the community very, very excited about that one. Cousin Ken Castro, heart and soul of this channel. Thank you, cousin, for coming in. Hopefully see you this evening for some 19th century baseball in that other league, that CML league. Mike, the sports simulation spectator, thank you for coming in. Great to see you. And Bernie Strom, first one in the ballpark tonight, gets an MV bobblehead doll. We've run out of, we decided that the Robbie Wartburg bobblehead doll needed a little bit of novelty. So it is an MV bobblehead doll and available at fine ballparks near you. All right, guys, take care. Thank you. Appreciate one and all. And one more time, a huge thank you to Steve Tate and to Big Clue for making the Shanks League happen. And this has been... yeah, it's been a really, really fun thing, and I for one vote, alternate reality mode next time could be fun. All right, guys, as MV says, the Doll of Champions, and on that, I'm signing off. See you guys around the batting cage.